be here. I grew up poor. Both my parents were professional cornhole players. Bringing back memories. Right over there is where we lost the house. This is a good-looking crowd, man. This is a nice, diverse crowd tonight. That's why I love performing in front of my shadow. That way I feel like there's 4 black people here. Stand-up comedy, man, it's a tough business, man. The arts, it's hard to make money doing this. You know, my financial situation is so bad that right now I'm being sponsored by a child in Africa. Price of a cup of coffee in Botswana, you can sponsor me. You know? I get insecure about like the little money that I make. You know, like I got stuck in this conversation recently with a couple of wealthy people. And one of them asked me how my investments were doing. Right. I told them both avocados should be ripe by tomorrow. I don't even pay my bills on time, man. If you don't pay your bills on time, this is what happens. A couple weeks later, you get another one in the mail. That'll be red, and it'll say something like, urgent, please pay immediately. Right? Like, just because the bill's red, I'm gonna all of a sudden have the money to pay for it. It's like, relax, electric provider. I know it's urgent. I'm reading your bill by candlelight. It's tough, man. It's tough. Now I own like a ton of books on like financial independence, generational wealth, how to start your own business. That way, when my kids are grown, they never have to worry about buying any of those books. I saw the sign the other day that said, drive like your kids live here. So I drove as fast as I could in the opposite direction. I'm trying to get into shape now, man. I don't know if anybody is on that journey. I'm trying to get into shape, guys, but here's the thing. I stopped working out at the gym. I stopped working out at the gym because everybody there is so much stronger than me. I know. That's why to feel better about myself, I started working out at the local physical rehabilitation center. And I'm telling you guys, that's a huge ego boost right there. Because I may not be able to bench press a lot, but I can certainly catch a tennis ball. The therapist is like, you're doing great, Mr. Jenkins. I'm like, wait, you see me walk. I don't know if you guys ever noticed this, man. Whenever you're like talking to somebody who like recently lost a lot of weight, for whatever reason, they always want to show you like a picture, right, of what they looked like before. You know, it's like, why do I want to see a picture of you when you weren't as healthy? Oh, nobody else does that. They're never talking to someone, they're like, oh, same 8 years clean. They're like, oh, congratulations. They're like, thanks. Hey, you want to see a picture of me with a needle in my arm? A lot of people do yoga. Clap if you do yoga. Okay, well, I'll change the premise to some people do yoga. People say that yoga like teaches you how to listen to your body, right? Well, so does Indian food. If you really want to see how far you can stretch, order tikka masala and get stuck in traffic on the way back. I like to run, man. That's what I do for exercise. I like to run. A lot of people listen to like hip hop music or rock music to really motivate themselves during a run. But to really push myself, guys, I listen to a playlist I have titled Civil Rights Movement. It's just cops yelling, "Get 'em" in German Shepherd's Park. But hey, I never ran faster. That joke was for us. I want to be a personal trainer's personal trainer. You know, they're with the client like, "Come on, just 5 more reps." And I'm next to him like, "You could do better." Tell him 10. My friend gave me his old exercise machine, and on the box, it says, "Turns your home into a gym." So now I don't go home. I'm trying to watch what I eat now, too, man. Trying to be careful what I eat getting older, man. I saw a pack of gummy worms the other day that said, "No artificial flavor." You know, it's like, who buys gummy worms hoping it tastes as close to real worms as possible? Groceries are so expensive now. I don't know if you guys have felt that pinch out here at Tom's River. Groceries are so expensive. I've actually been taking Ozempic just to save money. I don't know if anyone here has ever used Instacart. Anyone? It's an unbelievable service. It's where you submit your grocery list, then after a couple hours, your shopper drops off none of the stuff you had on it. I asked for ground beef, I got kibble. I watch a lot of like reality cooking shows, man. Like you guys have all like Top Chef, Iron Chef, shows like that, right? And I always wonder what they did with the food that they have left over. And then I looked it up, guys, and I found out that they donate that food to homeless shelters, which is like a great thing to do, right? But it also means that right now, there could be a homeless guy out there like, "Oh, man, you gotta be kidding me. Foie gras again?" Man, I'm gonna miss pizza crust. I want to have my own Cooking Made Easy show. That's my show business dream. You know, it's just me behind the kitchen counter, like, "Hello, everyone. Welcome to Cooking with Matt." "Oh, excuse me while I get the door." "All right, pizza's here." So that concludes today's episode. Tune in next week for frozen pizza. That's what we're good. I do watch a lot of TV, you know, as comics, man, we travel around a lot. You've got a lot of downtime, man. My favorite genre right now is true crime. Anybody here commit true crime? Yes. There's such an emotional disconnect when watching like true crime documentaries. You know, like if the victim's family was telling me about that same horrific event in person, I probably wouldn't be eating ice cream. I'm like, "Whoa, your brother-in-law killed your sister with the chainsaw?" They're horrible. I see some pictures. I love watching true crime documentaries with my wife, just to show her that me forgetting to take the trash out to the curb really isn't that bad. I forgot to take the trash out, but that guy forgot to put his wife's arm in the wood chipper. I always thought it was weird, guys. I always thought it was weird that like murderers will Google phrases like "how to dispose of a body," then be surprised when it's used as evidence against them. Right? It's like at least try disguising it a little bit. You know, Google something like, "What's the name of the band with the song Do Bones Dissolve in Acid?" From the hit album Will Mexico Extradite. A lot of times in true crime documentaries, they'll call in like a blood spatter expert that can like determine where the person was killed. But if there's blood spatter experts, guys, that means there's blood spatter amateurs as well. It's just the guy that gets to the crime scene and he's like, based off that blood pattern on the kitchen table, I can determine that the victim was killed here. And then a cop's like, no, Craig, that's spilled ketchup. We have surveillance footage. Stop showing up at crime scenes. You're a crossing guard. I feel like a lot of young black people are like wrongfully imprisoned, guys. That's how I feel. That's why if I ever have a kid, I want to name them Case Dismissed. Judge is like, State of New Jersey versus Case Dismissed. Well, you're free to go, son. Your dad got me. I watched this great documentary about stalkers. It was streaming through my ex-girlfriend's window. I saw this article that said that European prisons are nicer than some American apartments. And I looked up pictures, guys, and I think that is true. That's why now my retirement plan is move to Sweden and commit a crime. A lot of times when somebody gets locked up, they'll end up getting like their college degree in prison, which I think is great, man. But it also means that right now, college is so expensive that prison may soon be an affordable option. It's like, Dad, I got some great news for you. I got into the state penitentiary. 4 years of my sociology degree. 20 to 25 years, I might be able to use it. We'll see if I get out. We'll see. I was talking about this being a nice, diverse crowd tonight, and I want you guys to know that it hasn't changed since I said that. There's a lot of stereotypes about black people, though, unfortunately, you know, but I feel close with you guys tonight, man. You know, you guys are all cool. Some I think are true, man. Like, I don't know if you heard this, black people being loud at a movie theater. Yeah, you know, I think that one is true. I was at a movie theater in a black neighborhood and I couldn't hear anything. I couldn't even enjoy the film. You know, eventually I told my friend, I'm like, look, man, it's too loud in here. I'll call you back. Another one, man, is black people not being able to swim or growing up without our father. Unfortunately, in my case, guys, those are both true. My father drowned trying to teach me how to swim. I was hesitant about doing that. I was, you know, it was a little much, but you know, I'm not in Tom's River so often that I care. How crazy would it be if I went to a cornhole place and I was like, you know what, I better do my best set of all time. I'm like, this is where the career is gonna take off. I'm like, these people at this cornhole establishment deserve my best effort. How sad would that be, yoga people? The whole time I was up here, I was thinking, why am I even doing this? You guys don't care about that. Any veterans here tonight? Where are my vets at? It's hard for me to see the spotlight. Clap. Oh, right here. Round of applause. Over here too. Round of applause. These two. That is anybody? And right here. And here too. Four veterans. Round of applause for them. I saw, that's a little much. I saw, I mean, I'm thankful for you guys, but I'm not. doing my job. I saw his bumper sticker. Said, "If you love your freedom, thank a veteran." Right? So I found a veteran. I went over to him, like, "Excuse me, sir. Thank you for my freedom." He's like, "Son, I didn't fight in that war." Another round of applause for the veterans, guys. I was nervous about that one. You guys are cool, man. As a comic, you never know what the gig is gonna be like. But if I ever get the choice to do a cornhole establishment again, I'll think twice about it. I'm gonna say no, but I'll think about it a little bit more. I'm like, these guys were fun. It's a shame that my parents couldn't make this career work. I don't have health insurance, man. That's what entertainment business can do for you. I don't even like going to see a doctor anymore. That's why I've been using WebMD. You guys know that. It's a website, you just type in the symptoms, you get an instant diagnosis. And the thing I like best about it is if you're not happy with the diagnosis, you could just change the symptoms. Yeah. I'm like, irreversible liver damage. Nah, I don't want that. I'm like, how about sore left pinky toe? I'm like, hey, I'm better already. And I can drink tonight. A lot of people now are on antidepressants too, which is nothing to be ashamed about if anybody's on it. But they even have this though, guys. They've got antidepressants for pets. Oh. Did you know that? Yeah, and they're a lot cheaper than the ones for people. That's why I've been taking those. I don't even know if they're working, guys, but I do feel a lot better about peeing on the carpet. I don't know if you guys are aware of this, man, but black people, we don't really do interventions. Like I've got an uncle who's an alcoholic, and we try to have an intervention for him at the park, but it just turned into a cookout. We got wasted. I had to check my friend into a rehab center recently for his addiction to placebos. Well, he thinks it's a rehab center. That joke deserved better, and I know that joke deserved better because in my joke book, I put a star next to it. Don't leave. Now I'm just heating up. No, I'm just kidding. She's gonna go take a dump. We all do it. It's a normal thing. It's a normal thing to just get up and go during the show. One of the comics was talking about conspiracy theories. People always assume that if like extraterrestrials exist, that their technology will be like greater than ours, right? But what if they get here and it's not? They're like, oh man, you guys have high-speed internet. We're like, back on our planet, we're still using dial-up. They're like, whoa, you're telling me they made a Super Nintendo? And we're like, yo, how'd you guys even get to Earth? They're like, yo, we walked. I got a pet gecko at home, just so when the reptilian overlords take over, I have a bargaining chip. We're living in a time now where like all these conspiracy theories have like come true. And we just like continue living our lives like nothing happened, That's how I know that when reptilians do reveal themselves, they'll just become part of like normal society. You're watching the football game and you're like, oh man, this lizard threw another interception. Why can't we just trade him, man? I wish his parents didn't own the planet. You're talking to your friends like, hear me out, man. Some of these reptilians, they don't look that bad. I didn't really believe in that bit. You didn't miss much, miss. I was working out like a reptilian joke, like while you were in there. Could you hear it?
I feel much better.
Okay, you feel much better. You didn't have to put me down like that. That's a nice act. You're Russian?
Polish.
Polish. Oh, I'm so bad. Oh, you guys gasped like it was that exotic. There's Polish people everywhere. She just happens to be fresh off the boat. That's cool. What part of Poland? I only know one place. Warsaw?
Around.
Nah, okay, I'm gonna move on. I was trying to impress you guys with my geography, and then right when I started, I'm like, I don't know anything about Poland. You know? How long have you been in America?
Half of my life.
Okay, cool. I noticed you didn't clap for the troops. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. She's kidding. What side are you on? Hey, don't whisper to her during the show. I'm working right now. Are you also from wherever she's from? Or no? You guys are all from Poland?
Yeah. That's why we're not laughing. I don't think.
That's why you're not. Oh, that's why you're not laughing.
Nothing personal. We just don't get it.
You just don't get it. Okay.
Second language.
Second. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You guys can just stop now.
Oh, you got that one.
Yeah. Thank you.
They're my best friends.
Oh, they're your best friends? Okay, get new friends. This guy. It's a little late in my set to start talking to the crowd, but I'm glad you guys came all the way from Poland. They're like, you know where I'm gonna settle? Tom's River. Yeah. Oh man, I'm never coming to a cornhole place again. Now I'm back on the I don't like the establishment. Okay, you guys you're a little too supportive, you know? I like the Polish people.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was sarcasm.
She didn't get it.
I know. I love how you have a translator. You bring your translator to all the shows.
We always take her with us.
Yeah, I just said that. Yeah. They're Polish. Do they have cornhole in Poland?
They don't.
No, I figured that. You guys are really international. No, this is a fun show. I have to get out of here, mainly because the pay rate, I don't want to do more time than I have. In the beginning, they were asking before if anyone has been to a comedy show, and a lot of people clapped. So as you guys know, at a comedy show, a lot of times after the show, a comic will sell like an album of theirs or like a T-shirt as a way for the crowd to support them if you were into them. I do something different, guys. If you're like, hey, I like that guy, I want to give him money to get out of Tom's River. I have a set of greeting cards that I made. It's 8 cards, 8 envelopes. I'm a clean comic, so it's all family-friendly stuff. It's great for any occasion, a birthday, a holiday, a death in the family. You can send your Polish relatives it, and then you can translate the jokes. It's $10. I'll sell it right by the table. You don't feel pressure to get it, but it does help me out a lot. And because this is my first time here 100% of the proceeds will go to my checking account. So if you guys are like, hey, I like that guy, I want to give him money, it's just a good way to do it. I'll leave you guys with this, man. You guys were really fun. You were international, exotic crowd. You were very supportive. I learned a lot about you guys. I talked about race tonight, and in this day and age, you never know how it's going to go and how people are going to respond to it. But you guys were cool with it, which is alarming. Racism is still alive, though, unfortunately. Any racists here tonight? We were hoping for a no.
We do live in a town called Whiting.
Whiting? Okay. It's too late in my set to get into that, but that's unfortunate. And thank you for pointing that out. It really had very little to do with the question. But my family fell victim to racism recently. We were on a cruise, and during lunch, you had to sit with like other families, right? But no one would sit anywhere near us. And eventually, a white family came over and sat at our table. So, of course, we moved. All right, guys, thank you very much. You guys are really fun.